This is the Fanjura gold mine in the southwest of Burkina Faso. On these 40 hectares, thousands of miners are risking their lives in order to find a few grams of hope. Marcel is one of them. He chases the gold that will get him out of his misery.
Il me dit que l'or, c'est un métal très précieux et que beaucoup de Français en cherchent. On dit que c'est cher là-bas, pourtant ils ne savent pas comment ça s'extrait, comment ça se fait. Mais tout ce que je sais, c'est qu'on ne pille, ça ne va pas. On n'a pas des hôpitaux, pas d'école. Je crois qu'ils prennent l'orpailleur pour un animal, un soldat sauvage.
In just 4 years, Burkina Faso has become the 4th biggest gold producer in Africa. 600 mines are active, both industrial and traditional. The former president, Blaise Compaoré, let the gold rush get out of control, a gold rush that has helped the country's development. Today, more than 1 million people are digging for gold. However, these people are still facing poverty. This West African country, with its 18 million inhabitants, remains one of the poorest countries in the world. For the past 9 years, Marcel has had the same daily routine, digging frantically in the soil of Fanjura.
Mon nouveau puits d'or.
This gold well is only 10 meters deep, barely any wider than a manhole.
Le filon, c'est le caillou lui-même. Voilà, c'est le caillou comme ça. Et c'est dans ça que l'or s'introduit. Quand on voit le caillou, il faut continuer. Il faut continuer de creuser.
The gold is found in the quartz, a very hard rock. In Burkina Faso, the workers have to gather 10 to 15 bags of this white ore in order to obtain 1 gram of gold dust. The concentration is very low.
On a toujours l'espoir. L'espoir de gain. Oui, c'est bien. En tout cas, la couleur est très bien. Elle est présentable. Ça veut dire qu'il y a de l'or.
At this stage, it is only Marcel's expert eye that can make out the gold ore. It is invisible to the untrained eye.
C'est l'or comme ça, vous voyez? Voilà, l'or sur le caillou. Si l'or se présente d'abord, ça veut dire que bon, ça peut aller. Ça dit c'est bon signe, le signe est positif.
The Fanjura mine is legalized. If Marcel finds gold, he will have to pay a fee to the head of the site. Having carried up 10 bags from the well, he will save 2 of these for his boss, and will share half of his income with the 4 miners that work for him. Just like Marcel, most miners are from Burkina Faso. But the mine also attracts hundreds of workers from Mali and Sudan. They travel thousands of kilometers in the search for gold. In order to maximize the profits, entire families work in the mine. Children are involved too. They turn the soil over and breathe the thick dust that emerges. At the age of 14, the boys are sent into cavities that can be up to 100 meters deep. Just like 17-year-old Sumel, everyone is hungry and weak. As their bodies are still thin, it is easier for them to go down the holes than it is for adults. Sumel hides his fear, but his heartbeat can still be heard. The descent lasts several minutes and feels like a maze of narrow cavities. Only a few pieces of wood support the fragile walls. After 13 years of exploration, Fanjora's subsoil has depleted. Sumel and others must go ever deeper and take even more risks if they wish to find anything. Bad news. The hole is flooded and is likely to collapse. At 30 meters underground, such an accident would be deadly. But Sumel and the other miners will keep digging for several hours. The air is impossible to breathe. Temperatures can reach up to 50 degrees. For just a few grams of gold, Sumel has once more risked his life. In order to fight the fear, most young people like Sumel take drugs. Cocaine, cannabis, amphetamine. These illegal substances are all around the mine. But a painkiller nicknamed the missile is the most popular drug.
Tu gagnes le courage pour descendre. Voilà les médicaments. Le missile, tramadol. Tramadol 120. C'est un comprimé. Bon, quand tu prends, tu es en pleine forme. Tu voilà. Tout se passe physiquement dans ton corps.
Tramadol is a synthetic derivative of opium. It is particularly addictive and dangerous when consumed in high doses. These counterfeit, often overdose tablets are sold for less than 40 euro cents and are slowly destroying the miner's health. Over the years, nearly 5,000 people have settled in this mine that resembles a refugee camp. Swept by the harmattan, a dry and warm wind that triggers thick dust. The residents have named the mine Al-Qaeda because it appeared out of the sand in 2003 when the United States was fighting against a terrorist organization in the region. It has kept the nickname ever since, as it is one of the most violent winds in the country. Despite the harsh conditions, the mine is organized like a city. Small shops provide the necessities. When money is available, there is even a hairdresser who will freshen up the dusty miners. Marcel's family have been working in the mines for many years. Marcel, his wife Elizabeth, and their 3 children lead a very humble life in these small brick boxes, without water or electricity.
C'est ma maison. C'est pour moi je dors comme ça. Mes enfants dorment en haut, mais moi je dors là. Vous voyez comment on est ici? C'est pas facile. Tu vois? Puisqu'on ne gagne pas souvent l'or, quoi. On gagne pas trop l'or. Souvent, c'est un peu. On gagne pas ça abondamment.
In spite of all his efforts, Marcel barely manages to make €1 per day, just enough to feed the family. The meals mostly consist of greasy rice and vegetables. Meat is a rare luxury. At 38 years old, it is difficult for Marcel to change career paths. The former crop cultivator left his millet and maize plantation, which was destroyed by successive droughts. Living in a country where the unemployment rate affects nearly every second person, Marcel has no other choice.
Le problème de ça, c'est que les terres sont pauvres. Il faut acheter les produits. Les engrais, bien sûr. Engrais, les produits pour faire sécher les herbes, pour s'aimer. Souvent les bœufs, pour labourer les terres. Enfin, bon, tu vois, ça demande. Ça aussi, il faut le cash. C'est ce qui fait que les gens trouvent que l'orpaillage, c'est un truc qui est très simple. Pourtant, il n'est pas aussi simple que ça.
Before transforming the dust into gold nuggets, Marcel still has hours of work.
Ça se place comme ça. Oui. Et on envoie l'autre comme ça. C'est dans cette farine qu'il y a l'or. Voilà.
Being heavier than the other residues, the gold stays in the hair of the carpet. When washed, the carpet releases the gold.
Voilà en fait le début du nouveau trou. Ce qui est en jaune. La poussière d'or. C'est l'or. Le métal le plus précieux auquel les gens en Afrique ici perdent leur vie pour ça. C'est ce métal. Voilà. Et c'est pas facile.
To mix the gold, Marcel uses mercury, a poison that he handles with his bare hands. The mercury then compresses the gold. To get rid of it, it needs to be burnt. The highly toxic smoke reaches Florent, the youngest member of the family. When inhaled, the mercury attacks the nervous system and all vital organs. This substance kills little by little, but no one is aware of the danger.
Ça y est, c'est fini. Il est devenu à la stable or. C'est ça maintenant l'or.
Marcel has never found more than this gold nugget of barely 1 gram. In the mines, it is rare to see anyone make a fortune. Yet everyone dreams of destiny such as Razmane's. Razmane is one of the main gold buyers in the mine. The former miner started a business with his father 1 year ago. He is in charge of 10 of the mine's counters and buys up to €1,500 of gold per day. The transactions keep coming in. Razmane weighs the gold with a scourge balance and uses matches as a counterbalance. The miners have to share the €32. This amount is the result of 20 days of work. They were hoping for more. Razmane bases his prices on the global gold market that he pulls up on his mobile phone.
Je regarde tous les matins. Là au moins, bon, une fois que non, si ça monte, je vois que non, le prix est bien en ville. Je peux aussi ajouter quelque chose avec ce que je prends ici pour avoir plus.
When Razmane is doing well, He earns about €2,500 per month. To ensure that the most beautiful nuggets don't get away, he is financing about 15 poor miners. He gives them money for food while he waits for them to find the gold. Razmane embodies one of the mine's greatest success stories, but strives to be discreet in order to ward off any unwanted attention. Every second day, he leaves the mine to sell his gold to the most generous buyer in Banfora, the closest town. He doesn't tell anyone out of fear that he will be attacked on his journey.
Sur le chemin, des fois, il y a des braquets, gens qu'on coupe de route, qui prennent les gens pour retirer les marchandises qu'il a, des fois, ils prennent les motos derrière.
In Banfora, counters like this one are smelters that buy gold from the mines. As long as the state has verified that the company has a buying permit, it will enforce no other regulations concerning the provenance or extraction conditions of the gold. Once the precious metal is sold on the other side of the world, conditions of its extraction are unknown. Every day, the complete lack of transparency of the supply chain threatens the gold miners and their families' health more and more. Marcel and Elizabeth are worried about their 12-year-old daughter, Diana.
Hier soir, quand elle revenait de l'école, elle disait qu'elle se sentait pas, que son corps la fait mal.
As the most vulnerable, children are the first to suffer from these terrible life conditions. Marcel does not have the financial means to take Diana to hospital, so he takes her to a small clinic a few kilometers away.
Je dirais pour enlever un peu le sang pour voir si elle n'a pas de palu. Comme son corps est chaud. Elle est positive, donc elle a le palu.
Like her whole family, Diana has caught malaria in the mines after having been bitten by a mosquito. Dirty water and appalling health conditions cause major disease outbreaks.
Ça nous inquiète le paludisme. Surtout dans la zone ici, le paludisme est très fréquent. Et ça fatigue beaucoup de gens. Bon, peut-être c'est le climat, ou bien le fait de ne pas dormir sur le moustiquaire.
3/4 of gold miners and their families are infected. However, in the clinic, the most urgent cases are those of miners suffering from lung disease. The first symptom is a chronic cough caused by overexposure to dust. Every day, Dr. Usman Pare treats around 50 miners suffering from this illness.
Ils sont dans la poussière. Puisqu'ils creusent, quand ils rentrent dans le trou, ils creusent là. C'est la poussière, ils boivent ça. Ça, c'est favorable pour les voies respiratoires. Voilà pourquoi il est encombré.
But here, it is impossible to give a sophisticated diagnosis. The clinic doesn't have any electricity or any radiology material. Without any means, the miners let their health worsen. No study or prevention program has been led by the authorities. As it is, thousands of men and women risk dying of cancer and lung disease. Deprived of equipment, the doctor can only cure superficial wounds.
Bétadine. Mettez bétadine. C'est fini comme ça.
Comme c'est pas fait dans des conditions aseptiques, il faut qu'on donne un antibiotique pour prévenir toute infection.
Voilà.
The average life expectancy of the miners is not more than 45. 10 years less than that of the national average. But in the mine, the biggest danger is landslides. Last night, disaster struck. A miner was stuck in a 15-meter deep hole. He died of suffocation. The young man was 17 years old. Local police and a nurse from the clinic confirmed the death. The miners couldn't do anything to save the young man. There was no support holding up the tunnel that caved in. The heavy muddy earth gave him no chance of survival.
Ça fait le 4e cas que je constate en 2 semaines. Donc, ça, c'est des choses qui sont fréquentes ici. Les galeries ne résistent pas. Le coin est souvent inondable. Quand vous regardez à l'intérieur, vous savez que ça ne peut pas résister. Regardez la terre qui est là. Donc, bon, c'est vrai qu'il y a des séances de sensibilisation, mais qu'est-ce que vous voulez? Les gens courent vers l'or, tout le monde cherche l'argent. C'est très compliqué. Hein? Le phénomène de l'orpaillage aujourd'hui au Burkina Faso est tel qu'il faut des mesures plus fortes que ça. Là. Vous êtes les responsables du site. On va vous remettre le corps pour faire l'inhumation.
The teenager was part of a small Christian community, which Marcel belongs to. As the family of the deceased boy didn't ask for the body back, the congregants are organizing his funeral. He will be buried a few meters away from the pit that collapsed on him. There is no official number, but the Fanjoro mine is the site of several dozens of fatal accidents every year. The majority occur during the rainy season. Disturbed by the number of deaths, Marcel hopes that one day he will be able to get his family out of this nightmare.
Mes enfants ne seront pas des orpailleurs comme moi. Je suis en train de lutter pour pouvoir améliorer les conditions de vie de ma famille.
Whilst Marcel aspires for a different life, an increasing number of miners come to work here in spite of the danger. Their work is destroying the land, which is already fragile due to global warming. The enormous amount of mercury and cyanide used contaminates the earth, air, and water. Gold mining extraction waste is thrown directly into the river. This water, full of mercury, is the only available source of water during the dry season. Entire villages depend on it for drinking, washing, and fishing. The polluted water is gradually suffocating the fish.
Bon, on y a beau so yeni, ambi jini flani. Comme on va flala, nokora, guenten. Bon, abi devant, jini ka boli chogola. Bon, entre les ça va nous qu'on ambi min sora titeme 15 kilos ou bien 10 kilos. Titeme aleka. Allez qu'on mange. Allez qu'on mange. Ça arrange pas. Comme allez tu sors la nyana mana, allez qu'on sonne tomatinike. Pour que nous siganga dépasse soro.
A solution that could turn against him, because every time he waters his plants, he contaminates them.
Tiens, ne ka permet de voir de niya. Sina solution tomba kei.
Up to now, nothing has been done to prevent the environmental and health risks of gold mining. Within the sector, only one person has stood up to denounce this crisis. In the primary school of Fanjora, 4 10-year-olds have stopped going to school this past month. Teacher Sungalo Hema is trying his best to make his young students aware of the dangers.
Les dangers qu'on court dans les sites aurifères. Pourquoi on interdit aux enfants d'aller travailler dans les sites d'or, Mamadou?
On peut tomber malade aussi là.
On peut tomber malade. Donc ça veut dire qu'il y a les maladies dans les sites. Le trou peut s'écrouler, c'est ça? Oui. Ah, on peut te tuer pour chercher de l'or. Oui. Tout ça là, ça se passe. Oui.
Tu peux devenir un voleur.
Donc le banditisme. Il y a quoi d'autre encore? Il y a un phénomène que vous avez négligé. Il arrive des fois que les filles qui vont là-bas sont harcelées. Et les garçons les forcent à coucher avec eux. Et ça devient des grossesses. N'est-ce pas? Donc, voilà autant...
In spite of all these dangers and the laws against working before the age of 16, most of these students are already gold miners. They work after school to be able to buy food, clothes, and also pens and books for studying.
Qui n'est jamais allé là-bas? Je dis bien celui qui n'a jamais mis pied là-bas pour aller travailler, aller peser l'or, avoir de l'argent. Sana, Salmata, Mamadou, donc vous voyez, sur 48 personnes, il n'y a que 4 qui n'ont jamais mis pied. Ça veut dire que les 44 là sont des orpailleurs pleins. Ou bien c'était combien de grammes? Grammes. Jusque-là, je n'ai jamais vu une mission gouvernementale venir intervenir dans ces villages-là par rapport à ce phénomène. Quand vraiment je suis éclairé, on tente de les récupérer, mais souvent c'est en vain. Ça fait beaucoup mal, mais le phénomène il est plus fort que nous. Je me dis dans 10 ans, à quoi on va ressembler dans ces régions-là. Nos enfants ont déserté les classes. Et l'or aussi, à un moment donné, ça va finir. Il n'y aura rien à faire. Donc j'imagine que c'est le banditisme grandissant auquel on va se confronter d'un jour à un autre.